Hello and welcome to Marathon Swim Stories. I'm marathon swimmer and coach Shannon Keegan. In today's episode, I had a quick catch up with Janine Serell before she heads off to California. This is part 3 of 4 as we've been following Janine on her journey to swim the 21-mile length of Lake Tahoe. If you missed parts 1 and 2, I recommend that you catch yourself up before jumping into this episode. Having just returned from a little swimming in Lake Tahoe myself, I relived some moments from my swim in this episode, especially fighting sleep deprivation after swimming all night. I hope you'll help me cheer Janine on as she tackles her biggest swim to date. Go, Janine. So last time we talked, let's see. You were on your way. You were packing up. You were heading north, and you've done Lake Jocassee and gotten out after what was it, 7 hours or something?
Yeah, something like that.
But it was beautiful, and you had an awesome time, and you supported other swimmers, and you learned a lot, right? And then you went north. And where are you now? Where have you been since the last time we talked to you? What are you up to?
I'm currently in New Jersey.
Okay.
I've spent some time in New York, and I've spent some time in Vermont.
Yeah, I think I saw some posts. You were hitting Lake Memphis. Where else did you hit?
We hit Green River Reservoir and the other reservoir. We found a new reservoir, which I really loved. So we went there one day with Mr. Gary Golden.
Nice.
In a new reservoir because they had boats there, and so we would, plus it's just nice to have Gary and have lunch and meet up.
Yeah.
Retired people.
Right. Love it. How so let's see, I remember there was a 10-mile you did at Lake Memphis. How did that go?
Great, actually. So originally I was supposed to swim the 10-mile with everybody on Saturday, and Gary, who was going to paddle for me, had a car hit his deer the day before. So he's fine, and the car was totaled. And that was the third paddler for that swim that due to a variety of reasons, I didn't swim that day. I actually spent the day on the boat, which was lovely, helping support everybody else. And then really nice, Phil and Charlotte said, if you can come Tuesday, we'll take you out. And it was the swim my head needed. We wound up doing about 11 miles, and I felt like a 10K.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what I needed.
Yeah.
And it's not, Memphis has not always been my favorite lake. Not that I've had I just haven't warmed up to it. You know how we emotionally feel about different bodies of water?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think we finally made friends.
Right.
So, a little bit prickly and a little bit difficult friend, but underneath it, well worth it.
Yes.
So it was great. I mean, it was so generous of those two to I'm sure they had something else on their calendar that they all had to move around to be like, all right, we're going to. And that's what I needed. I needed to go long. I needed to be, sort of official. I mean, I've been doing a lot of, 6 and 7 miles, multiple times a week, blah, blah, blah. But it's not the same as somebody standing on a boat throwing you bottles.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
So I am immensely grateful to both of them for having done that for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what do you how are you feeling? What do you got coming up?
I feel good. I have to say, overall, I feel as ready as I'm ever going to be. I'm not, still not fast, and I feel like I have a shot at making it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you ask that question. I was thinking about this the other day where you're like, are you a process or an outcome person? And I'm always sort of torn, and I feel like this year I sort of came to the other side. Regardless of what happens, at Tahoe, I have really enjoyed the process. I
Oh,
have
that's awesome.
pushed myself further than I thought I could in training. I have found ways, like it was just the year that in fact, I continue to have people like, you know, things happen in their lives and they were going to do this, but now they can't. And it wasn't, and somehow I've gotten through it with, and also haven't gotten crazy about it. So
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of the New York City girl is finally getting into that rhythm of, the universe will provide.
Let it go. Yeah. Let it
It doesn't do
go.
any good if you,
Yeah.
be a crazy girl either.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So, so you feeling good? You said you had a 6 mile this weekend, just to round it out. Just for
Going up to
fun.
the Finger Lakes,
Yeah, cool.
Seneca, Richard Hobart puts on a swim there every year, and you have a choice of 6 miles of happiness or 12 miles of, grueling.
You're like, I got that coming up. I'll just do the 6.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's gonna be a beautiful day.
Yeah, yeah. And then, are you, and you're swimming the overnight, right? So you leave at like the 8 p.m. for your length, right?
I don't know the exact time, but yes,
Yeah.
that's what's in my head. I'll leave
Yeah,
at 8 o'clock and finish early afternoon if all goes well.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the wind picks up in the afternoon, so it's good to just have
Boy.
done most of it by then. What are you doing to prepare for the overnight part? Any thoughts?
I am thinking about so we're flying out a week from tomorrow. So we get out there on Friday. Susan swims Tuesday night. Susan Kirk is going to do the width, and I'm going to crew her. And then Thursday night, I do the length, and she's going to crew me. My goal is to start pushing it and staying up later and sleeping later into the morning. And hopefully I can move my regular biologic, clock. Like I'm a 7 a.m., 8,
Yeah.
but I'm going to really try and keep moving it so that I can have a little more sleep. I don't think, oh, I have seen a swimmer fall asleep. I don't think that's going to happen to me. 16, 18 hours, I think I should be able to, so it turns into whatever, 30 hours of being up. I've been up 30 hours crewing, so.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The sensation, because it's fresh in my mind, of like, it's like the fading consciousness, and it's like, and you're fighting it because you're like, no, I need to stay awake. I need to stay awake. But your body's just like, I want to go away. I want to shut down. It's the most uncomfortable feeling because you really want, I don't know. It's tough for me.
At night or more in the day?
For me, it was the stretch of dawn, which is interesting. When I did the length, it was more like in the middle of the night. When actually, I think we had more ambient light, more moon, maybe. I remember more moon when I did the length, and this time it was a crescent moon, and it set right after I started. So there's more dark, but I actually did kind of okay during the night. But then it was the stretch of dawn, like when the light wasn't quite bright enough and my eyes were playing all kinds of tricks on me. It was kind of fun. You get little hallucinations.
Yeah,
Did that really happen? What's really going on out there?
I haven't done a really long night swim. So I did the width of Tahoe 2 years ago, and I had about 3 or 4 hours, I guess, maybe 3 hours of darkness. But one of the reasons I chose the day I did for this time around is I'll have 3/4 moon.
Nice. Yeah.
Assuming it's not like completely cloud covered or smoke covered. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, it was great when I was there. There was no smoke at all. The smoke was here in Oregon. I came home too. But the moonlight, I think, helps. The depth perception is what's kind of just gets weird at night, because you get, like, they put lights on the boat, but it was flat for me, and so I couldn't always tell like angle. I don't know, like how far I was getting away this way. So anyway, that with the outline of the boat, which I had when I did my length, like that helps to have the 3/4 moon. I think that's a good choice. I think
kayaker, and I think that will help.
Nice. Yes.
Somebody sort of next to you and sort of down on your level of the water versus the boat.
Yeah.
But it's all new to me.
It'll be fun. Fun. New is fun.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're psyched though, and I was super psyched going into my swim too. I was just like, I can't wait. Like, I want to go. Let's go. Let's go. Is it time now? Is it time now?
No, I feel like if somebody said I could jump in tomorrow, I would go. I'm not feeling apprehensive, which I'm excited about. Like, I'm like, I've done the work. If it's if it, it's me, it's who I am that day and who the water is that day at this point in time.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Yeah, you're gonna have so much fun. I'm really excited for you. And you know what it's like. So before you did the width, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did the Godfather, so 12 and a half miles.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. The width I really enjoyed because the water was so clear. I mean, it's clear in other places, but like the width is like I could see to the bottom even at dusk and at dawn. It was really weird to be able to see in that dark of a night and just be able, wow, I could see 15 feet down. And in the middle, it's more like just, I don't know, it's clear, you can see, but it's
right. It's so deep that you can't see the bottom.
And then your eyes are like, whoa, what was that? Like, are there actually things down there? It's fun.
Dark goggles and call it a day.
Yeah. It was, you're gonna have a great time. Where are you staying? Do you have a good spot to stay?
We rented a place in South Lake Tahoe, a little cabin house thingy. We decided that condos like shared walls and trying to sleep at different times is probably not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the big blue barn or the little blue barn or some blue barn.
Nice.
So hopefully it is no drama.
Right. Yeah. Oh, Diane's joining us. It was hot when I was there. Like, I was trying to rest because I camped tonight, and the nights were nice. It was fine for camping, but during the day, it was getting into the mid 90s where it's like even in the shade, it was just a little. It's just I was trying to sleep like starfish, like not. I don't know. It just felt pretty warm for about trying to sleep during the day. Hopefully, you have a little fan or something in your cabin.
The Olympics start when we get out there.
Nice.
So that's my taper activity.
That's awesome. Yes.
Watch other people exercise and do amazing sporting things.
Yeah. I listened to a lot of marathon swim stories going in, and I'm reading a really great book too that had a lot of swimming themes. So it's, what's that?
What are you reading?
Oh, it's called 21 Miles. Melanie Tyrell sent it to me. It's like this exploration of motherhood through swimming or something, but so she interviews all these people, but like some with kids, some without kids. Like it's a fascinating book, and there was all just tons of little gems in there. So I just had me in the right mindset, and Cindy was with me, my crew, and I was just like, Cindy, like we were sitting on the beach just trying to stay cool, like the day of the swim, and I was trying to get I wanted to get another 20 minutes rest, but or another hour some odd rest, but I just couldn't fall back asleep. I was like, just Cindy, tell me a swimming story. I just wanted all swimming in my head going into that. It was perfect. So so Olympics, watching people doing things, it'll be perfect.
Yeah. And it's always different when you do this kind of swim. You don't have to like make all the feeds and
right
like that, all of that. You just need like the bags are packed and sitting there, but the bags can be packed and sitting there like day one, for when I get there. Cause the only thing I think the only food I'm making is mashed potatoes.
Oh, nice. Mashed potatoes is good. I ended up mixing all this UCAN and I didn't hardly use it at all. It made me so burpy. I was just like, oh, that's just the noon. I was just had a lot of noon and syrup and grapes and oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal cookies for breakfast. Like that was just like, this is perfect. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give up the UCAN. It was a good run, but I just never ended up going anywhere else but that.
UCAN for a while, and the energy was good, but the grittiness. I had my friend Lizzie, who kayaks for me sometimes, says one day she handed, she's like, I hate handing you your feed. You get this like yucky face. And I was like, all right, I'll find a new feed. You know, if every time you stop me, I put on a yucky face.
Yeah.
Bad enough having to watch me like swim for 9 hours straight.
Right.
Like, yay, thanks for the deal.
Yeah. I don't know why both times I did Tahoe, I got really like bloaty. So Gas X helps.
All right, also good.
It was not something, or even, I don't know. Yeah, just the weirdest. And I don't know what that is due to, but it's kind of a nice, it's like chalky, but it's minty. So anyway, it's kind of a nice, refreshing.
Throw it in the bag. It's like $1.25 to the thousands of dollars, seems like a good investment.
Yeah, there was definitely a point too where I was just like, oh, I'm so bloaty. And Cindy's like, well, time to deal. It's like, suck it up and deal. It's like, okay.
I decided one of the things that I'm going to do with the Perpetuum is I'm putting in 3 scoops in the bottle instead of 2, because as general, no scientific fact, but when I've crewed people and they've puked, it's because they're like, I'm drinking 8 ounces. I have to drink the whole bottle, like every whatever time frame. And I'm always like, if I find I'm drinking more to get to the sugar, all it's going to do is bloat me. And that's when people puke.
Yeah, right.
I have never been pukey girl, and I'm going to hopefully never be pukey girl.
Right. Yeah. I have a hard time with like some prescribed. I do this feed knot thing where I have 3 different bottles all together, and with one water, electrolyte, and carbohydrate, something or another. And then I can kind of pick and choose from each of them, but I just do a sip and a wash down with water. I can't imagine trying to suck down some number of ounces just for the calories. That's not my style.
Yeah. No, mine neither. But yeah, I decided that the hammer had to be thicker. The thing that happened to me in Jocassee was cramping.
Right.
I stopped. And so I had to finally cramp. I've been like, please cramp. So every time I get in water, I'm tucking little mustard packs in my bathing suit. And so finally yesterday, I started to have a foot cramp. Not like a hard one, but enough of one. And I ate my little mustard pack and it went away.
Yay!
So I kind of feel like I'm just gonna have lots of things tucked in the suit.
Mustard on the fly. I love it.
Yeah. And I started to make myself doing it sort of each swim anyway to get used to the taste, because
it's a little abrasive, right?
That'll wake you up.
It's a good idea. Maybe I just need to put that into my feed plan around 3 a.m. anyway.
Suck down some mustard and be like, actually the one that's even stronger, something called Hot Shots.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like pepper and vinegar.
Huh.
That'll
wake you up.
That'll slap you awake, yeah.
I'm gonna have to do it for the awake factor, because I tried to back off my caffeine going in, like cut back in the mornings, just so that I was hoping it would help, that it would work better through the night. And I don't know. I mean, for the most part, it was so much better than my length swim. Like I just had that one little stretch that was probably around 4 a.m. And it was really because I think that flat morning light, I think that was it more than anything. And my eyes were just playing tricks on me. But but I should try this. I like this idea of just getting awakening your senses, assaulting your senses.
Well, because there's most of your senses you can't do that to. And there's sort of, the water doesn't change and the light doesn't change. Right? You can't smell anything. Yeah. So, taste is probably about the only thing you can kind of smack yourself with.
Love it. Diane, do you have any questions for Janine?
Not so far. I'm just finding this very instructive because I have that 10K in Vermont coming up, and I am looking for all the secrets. Now I know 10K is nothing compared to what you guys are doing, and I'm so
fantastic.
hugely
Say that because
impressed.
that lake can make it.
Can make it.
Can
But
be a lot of
any advice on dealing with Lake Memphremagog and what to say to Memphrey when he or she comes by?
So my very first marathon attempt was a really rough day in the Hudson. I think one person made it. Everybody else didn't on the easiest stage, maybe two people. And somebody had said to me before I swam, like, oh, if you love the water, it will love you back. And so every time I was like smiling, and at the end or sometime later, my kayaker said, why were you smiling the whole time? And I was like, oh, I love the water. I love the water. It didn't stop it from smacking me, but it did sort of, help with the attitude. It made it a happy.
One of my swims was what the Great South Bay can have its own temperaments. And one day it was like they were almost going to cancel it because it was because there had been thunderstorms the night before, and they were watching the weather, and they said, okay, we'll have it, but we don't recommend it for beginners. And fortunately, at that time, I was not a beginner. I had done it a few times. I'd done it several times. So my kayaker and I said, well, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I decided the only way to do this is to be very zen about it and just say, another wave. Hi, wave. This is cool. And I kept looking at it as just a roller coaster. I had my second slowest time that day, and still I made it. And I was, because I didn't worry about, like, what if they pull me out? So what? I will still be okay. Life will go on. I will just enjoy what I've done. So that's what I decided.
Good. That's a good decision. I was having a good time over the night thinking of things to tell my crew, like, just the observer and everybody just being like, how are you guys up there? Like, what's going on? I don't know. Like, thank you for being here. All that. I was just having a good time trying to think of something interesting to say to them. I don't know that I got interesting, but but I don't know. It keeps your spirits up, just thinking of giving yourself something to think about.
My coach likes to tell jokes, and especially puns. So.
I love that there's people that have a memory for that kind of stuff. I'm not one of those people. Well, very cool. Any other last things we should ask Janine before we give her well wishes and on her way to Tahoe?
I am just going to think swimming thoughts to you. I hope that everything goes super. I hope you feel good. I am rooting for you. Have fun.
I will. That is always the goal.
Yeah.
Everything else is, your attitude's within your control. The weather's not.
Exactly. Yep.
So true.
So true. Yep. Yeah.
I
was thinking of you when I was there.
Well, thank you.
You did. Shannon, congratulations on yours. That's awesome.
Thanks.
You're making that pattern in the lake. Like Mark, Mark was like, oh, looks like the bat wing. I was like,
oh, that is too funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's a superhero.
It's a beautiful lake to go swim at, and it's definitely not too far away. My parents are only a couple hours from there, so I was actually able to spend some time with them unencumbered. Left my kids at home, so that was a really nice part of it too. Just being able to spend time with my parents, I guess is what I meant.
Oh, yeah. Someday I should go over there and try a swim.
Yeah. It's busy.
It's a beautiful lake. Seeing your video, seeing the videos of people like for the last couple of weeks, it reminds me how stunning. truly have not had an urge to swim anything over 9 hours
Yeah.
until I swam that lake. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I think I could be happy here for a while.
Yeah. Just
So,
happy blue all around you. And it, and it changes as the sun changes. So it's and the moon and everything. It's so fun. It's so
the
fun.
mountain snow and just,
I'm totally in awe. So, yeah. And you two should come and try out our Bender Memorial Swim. We've got a 15K this year.
Woohoo.
you know what? Funny you say that. So today is my MIMS anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. Happy
All right.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Congrats.
But I was going through the memories on Facebook, right? And there was a note there from Charles,
Mm,
vendor. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, we should go to that swim one of these times.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on out. We are always happy to have swimmers, and you guys. And then there's a big spread of food this year afterward.
Ooh.
And the coach's wife, coach's girlfriend, cooks up these. She's a foodie, so she cooks up these amazing meals. So
Awesome. That's a
Yeah.
reason I'm in for the food.
yeah, for real.
Just got to get all the way across the country. What's the
We had a guy from Washington State a few years ago. So
Mhm.
we people do come from the West Coast.
Yeah. I'm coming to terms with the fact I probably can only do one big swim a year with my current lifestyle.
Yeah, tell me about it though. Those dollar signs pop up here and there. This year I'm trying something different and having a calendar of swims and thinking, are you crazy, girl? Especially I came down with this stupid cold.
Oh, yeah. Are you feeling better though? Yeah.
I'm getting there. Today I felt not as congested.
Mhm.
So fingers crossed. I just want to make sure I want to be in Vermont.
Yeah. I want to see you there. I'll be there. Flying out on
Cool.
Monday.
Cool.
All right, you guys. I'll let you get on with your day. Janine, have an awesome time. Just have fun the whole time. I know you will. I hope you enjoyed today's interview. Do you want to take Marathon Swim Stories with you? Subscribe on your favorite podcast provider. Want to connect with like-minded limit pushers? Join us for Marathon Swim Stories live on Tuesdays at 5:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, 13:30 GMT. Thanks for watching.